Ooh.
Hey, what's up, fantasy people? This is Tyler Ward and Jason, the lucky bastard Uthenwoldt, and this is the Fantasy Footballing Show. And tonight we have the Thursday night takeaways from last night's barn burner between the Colts and the Patriots. The Colts and the Patriots. I wish it was the Colts and the Patriots. The Colts and the Broncos.
Oh man, I hated
Jason,
that it went into overtime.
Did you watch the entire game?
Unfortunately. Yeah.
I can't say I did. I think I was more like the Broncos fans.
I know
they
were like, dude.
I was like, dude, like I literally can't.
They were like, screw this.
I got stuff to watch, man.
Yeah, at 8:30.
It's like I was watching reruns of Futurama instead of that. But anyways, so yeah, it was 12-9. The big story of the night, the big winners were kickers and defense. So I'm pretty sure those like the top scorers was McLaughlin in our league got 17 points.
17 points.
So I don't know if that's a bonus for like game-winning field goals, but
no.
And then McManus, I thought I said to play McManus because you always play McManus at home. He only got 10 points, but it felt like he got 30.
Well, he could have got more, but he had that blocked field goal, so it's -1 point.
That's what it was
in our league.
I always forget that the block ones actually count as misses.
Yeah. So he could have had like 14 points.
Yeah, and then I started the defense. That was 16 points right there, dude. Same, and then same thing for the other side. So
yeah, they got 6 sacks and 2 INTs.
Yeah, what I thought was crazy is there were 6 fumbles in this game. Do you know how many were recovered? Yeah, dude. It's like watching that because I had the Broncos defense. I was just waiting for him to pick up a fumble.
Yeah.
And
you know who didn't fumble?
Yeah, Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, he held it tight. Tiki Barber status.
Well, I was thinking, man, like because I was doing that start pause play or whatever. It's like a loaf of bread, Jason, or like in the little Giants, it's like a toilet paper roll. Hot hands.
Yeah. Because they played like crap.
Icebox.
The icebox. The fridge. Oh no, it is the icebox. Yeah. Put the ball here. Put the ball and spike here.
I used to think that kid was so like huge.
I'm like, he's the biggest guy ever. He's Arnold's son.
All right. Anyways. Yeah, so dude, Matt Ryan, who do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about Russell Wilson because I kind of just want to drop him and forget about him.
You didn't start him, did you?
Oh, of course I did. It's Thursday night, baby.
Yeah, I guess you know what? Actually, if you would have listened to my video, I would have started him too.
I took your advice.
Well, did you see what? Did you?
Now I don't know. It's corrupted business that everyone's trying to get me to stay at the bottom of the league.
I didn't get the name Big Turd for nothing. But last year, dude, I think he had like his best game against the Colts last year, and it's really, other than Stephon Gilmore, it's a very similar defense.
Yeah,
and he was like, dude, he 254 with 4 touchdowns last year, and like he's been killing the Colts for the last couple of years. So I was like predicting this for it to be a good game for Russell Wilson, but dude, watching him is like,
I hated watching him.
Well, they said that he had a shoulder injury or something, and then watching him, maybe he did, dude. But a lot of those seem like slow decisions,
Well, there was I wish there was a stat that I could find. I was trying so hard to see how many drops the Broncos receiving core had combined. Everyone was also like, when he finally would get it to them, even if they were wide open, drop.
Yeah, I was pretty upset at Sutton, but then it came back and that guy blew up his hand. So that was like the first quarter. Man, that whole thing was 3 and out. Dude. And I texted you, this is like the worst. I'm pretty sure it's the worst game I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, these Thursday night games haven't been too much fun to watch, really. I think that out of the 5, there's only been one game that was kind of entertaining.
Yeah, and they paid. I think that I saw something like they paid like X amount of $1 billion. Anyways, it figured out to like $300 million they paid to broadcast that game last night. But you know what? We watched it. I didn't want to watch it. After after the half, I was done, dude. I didn't need to really see anymore.
If I didn't have to do these takeaways video, I would have gone to sleep. I had to go to work at 4 o'clock or 5:30 in the morning, dude. I didn't want to stay up and watch it. And when he kicked that field goal at the end and made it, I was like, God.
Al Michaels was hilarious too. He was making fun of the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
But like, man, I had Michael Pittman and Cortland Sutton, and I thought like they were both gonna have 100 yards apiece after the first half. Ooh. And then, dude, they didn't do anything in the second half. I mean, they were getting targeted. You know, what was it? Dude, Sutton's averaging 9 targets a game this year, which is great. I mean, that's amazing. And he got 11 targets last night.
Yeah.
Dude, it's gonna happen. Like, Sutton is the one bright spot in that offense, I think.
He's got to hold on to that ball.
Yeah, and Jerry Judy's getting targeted at least, but
I mean, they're getting their targets. Judy had a touchdown that if Russell Wilson could have he was wide open. If Russell Wilson could have just got it to him other than overthrow him, he would have had a touchdown.
Man, when they show close-ups of like Russell, he's looking extra short. Like he looks like he's like looking. He just goes, yeah, I don't know, man. He's just not looking like
he's not playing in cleats anymore. He's playing in Chuck Taylors.
Well, I think a lot of it is they're keeping him like in the pocket, you know, like behind all these dudes. They need to go back and watch tape of, you know, they need to be rolling him out way more. I mean, it's a different, you know, it's okay if he doesn't want to run, but they need to be rolling him out.
Yeah. I think
he's just not tall enough, dude.
I think they even said that on the last play of the game. They said they should roll him out here.
Yeah. Well, you saw and you saw Hamler get all super upset and slam his helmet against the ground.
Yeah, he was wide open, but it looked like Wilson was just straight up like, I'm throwing it to Sutton no matter what, which is great for fantasy owners who have Sutton. You want that in the quarterback. He's just tunnel vision on one guy and going to try to force it in there no matter what. But
I was listening to I can't remember which radio show it was. Maybe it was it was Rich Eisen's show, and what's his name? Mark Schlereth. You know, he was offensive lineman for the Broncos for a long time. He said that was just a terrible play call. Like, Russell Wilson, like the way that the play design was, he set up defenders. It was like screening the wide receivers were their own defenders. Like, they set up 2 ways that like blocked themselves. It's crazy. So Russell Wilson had to hold on to the ball for the second window because his other wide receiver was getting in the way of the other wide receiver. He actually pointed out some stuff, dude. And he's like, you know, when I watched the play like 30 times, I noticed that Russell Wilson had to hold on to the ball, just not because they ran into each other a little bit, and then he had to go to a second read anyways. That play calling is insane. Like, he's just talking about the play calling. It's like, dude, Russell Wilson's doing bad things, but the play calling is like the foundation of everything.
I don't know.
So it's like, dude, I don't know. Mark Schlereth was all about this stuff.
Well, I mean, like, it could have been that bad. Did you see Hammer on the play? He was wide open. He just didn't throw the ball. But
I know.
It was that bad. The guy was wide open by 5 yards.
We don't know football. And like this, he was talking about what he had to do. And like Russell Wilson, he had to look off the safety because he's like, he didn't look. So since he knew the play because it was a West Coast offense thing or whatever. And you have to hold the safety on the left side while this guy does the stuff. So he wasn't looking at him at the time. And as soon as he looked over there, they were crossing at the same time. And so he had to hold on to the ball for a second and then tried it. That's what it was. I was like, dude, I just believe, you know, I never played in the NFL. You got to believe that this guy, that's what he does for a living. So, it was just kind of, he was just talking over and over how the play calling is just terrible right now. And like, that's the one thing you can't fix. Like, you know, like Aaron Rodgers or, like Tom Brady, you know, he went to a team with a veteran coach. Peyton Manning, he went to a veteran coach in Denver. So it's like, this is a new coach and a new player. So it's like, you're right to drop him. You know? Yeah,
I think that's I think it was going to happen. Another reason, I mean, it was like Thursday night, so I was like, I'm going to start Russell Wilson, but I'm also like, okay, maybe he got a little bit of his groove back. He put up like 20 points last week or something like that, and they're playing at home, and it was Thursday night. You know, defenses are not usually fully prepared on Thursday night, and I was like, if I was trying to cut him during the game. I was trying to cut him during the game, but the app wouldn't let me do that. It said it was
How many
locked.
points did you get from?
Like 8.
Dude, that's better than I thought. I mean, 200.
Well,
yeah.
he should have had like 12, I think, or something like that, because he had around like 9 points where he threw his first interception, and then you thought he was going to get a touchdown to a guy, and he threw it behind him, and it caused an interception of Gilmore. Right? I'm just like, oh my god!
That
Like
was such
there
a
was,
terrible throw.
it's just seeing that, and you're just like, he's got to go.
Yeah.
I want to pick up Daniel Jones, man.
Well, and you know what? Everybody wants Peyton. Sean Payton wants everybody in Denver wants Sean Payton already. They're like, can Sean Payton come in like mid-season? Is there like a thing, you know? So it's bad, and I don't see it getting better anytime soon. Like, I think that Latavius Murray is actually going to get. Like, what do you think about Melvin Gordon going forward? He got 100 yards. He got 100 yards last night, but none of it looked good.
He had scrimmage yards. Yeah, he had 100 scrimmage yards. I think Boone he did better on the ground than he did. He had a higher average of 5.4. I mean, Melvin Gordon, he looked decent and everything, but he was just 15 carries. I was hoping he would get a little bit more, but him in the passing game is going to be great for players. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with Murray since Boone played the way he did.
Yeah. I did notice that Melvin Gordon looked much better as a wide receiver. But man, like I just didn't like how he looked when he was running the ball. I didn't like how
he had that one play where he looked like he was going to leap over, and it was like, oh man, that's San Diego Melvin Gordon right there. And it was like that one play. The one thing I wanted to say in there about his receptions, though, all 3 of them were screens. It's not like he was like running routes or anything. They were screen plays.
Right. So maybe, I don't know. I was listening to, like, I don't like Matthew Berry and I don't like all these other people, but they're like, man, they can see, Latavius Murray taking over the lead thing and Melvin Gordon being like third down back.
Yeah.
Because,
he's getting old, man.
Yeah, he didn't have any. He didn't look good until, like, I think that was the final drive when he had those back-to-back runs.
Yeah.
And then I thought Michael. Oh, sorry, we're talking about this. I thought Sutton looked good. Oh, and then did you notice the tight end for that Saubert guy?
Yeah, I put him down. He had like 5 catches. And
it was ugly. But
you know how many catches he had up until last night's game?
2.
3? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 2.
I was gonna say, I thought I saw him. I thought I did a player pause on him.
Yeah.
And I did pause because it's like, dude, how could you even trust this guy? But they're, I'm sure they're waiting for a tight end to emerge in that, because there is no tight end.
Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
Because it's between him and Albert O.
I think if you even get to the point where the wide receivers can keep a hold of the ball, the tight ends might become irrelevant.
Well, so that was all crap, boring crap. But there is I think there's some interesting stuff on Indianapolis' side.
Also, the left tackle for the Broncos, Garrett Bull,
broke his leg.
He's out for the season, so that's not going to help anything for the Broncos.
And that rookie looked like he was terrible.
And the cornerback Ronald Darby tore his ACL.
He's out for the season, man. Dang it, man.
I mean,
because I had the Broncos defense, and I was like, oh, maybe I can start him. That Darby and Surtain combination was awesome.
Yeah, I know. Surtain, Bama. He's I was saying that last week. He's a good player.
Surtain in the membrane.
Yeah, he's good. He's going to be likely going to be a lockdown corner eventually. He's been playing pretty good football.
Pretty soon he's going to be as good as Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner, if he's not already better.
No, dude, Sauce Gardner's crazy, dude. And anyways, so you know what? Before we move on, I've got a nugget for you.
Okay, give me this.
So,
factoid of a golden nugget. Let me hear it.
Okay, so was it Bowles that broke his leg or no?
Yes.
So Tyler Bowles, that tackle Bowles, he famously told Wilson, like, to try to get him over. He's like, you're not going to get hit over here. And then now Wilson is on pace for 54 sacks this season, which would be the most of his career. And that fool broke his leg last night.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, dude. And then also, so check this out. This is the first 5 games as a Bronco. Russell Wilson, 1,200 passing yards. Andrew Luck, or Drew Luck, 1,000 passing yards. Russell Wilson, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Luck, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Wilson, 59% completion. Luck, 64% completion. Wilson, 89 or 82% QBR. Luck, 89% QBR. Wilson, 2-3 record. Luck, 4-1. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Looks like they got the wrong kid. The wrong kid died.
The wrong kid died, dude. They cut the wrong kid got cut in half, man.
Yeah. The wrong kid died.
So I mean, I know it's bad, but dude, Drew Lock as a rookie, they crucified that guy, dude.
Yeah, he's with Seattle now too. So I'm saying it's just right now it does not look good for the Broncos, and this is something that we were talking about even before the drafts that we were trying to get players from that division because we just thought that division was just going to blow up, be insane, and Broncos were going to be a part of it. And I think right now, like really the solid person that you're going to be playing for on the Broncos is going to be Sutton.
Yeah, right now it's like what Kansas City is like the only blowing up team on there. Everybody's down.
Yeah, I think the Chargers will eventually start doing better. I think they're dealing with the most injuries in that division right now. But yeah, you're right. Chiefs. The Chiefs.
I still like the Chargers, but man, I thought the defense was going to be so much better, and they just suck. So, anyways, sorry, dude. I keep on talking. What do you have? Do you want to say anything else about the Broncos?
No. Well, I said I do think they played the better defense. Matt Ryan, I had him on the pause. He also looked horrible. But then again, you had a Surtain on Pittman, and I said that was going to be hard for him to get a lot of receptions, and it looked true. Like there's times he had the ball, but Surtain would just knocked it out. He played great defense on him. And Matt Ryan threw 2 awful picks, man. They were awful to the same player, 2 picks. Colts they look troubled too. They look like they're going to be in for a long season, especially if they don't have Taylor. Was it like the 3rd play of the game or something like that? Hines went out with the concussion.
That was terrible, dude.
I know.
That was so
bad.
My
gosh, I know.
I just had a fast man. That was crazy stuff.
Do you
2 weeks in a row.
You know who had the most targets for the Colts?
Without looking, oh, I know because this is one of the interesting players, that Pierce guy, right?
Alec Pierce, rookie, 2nd round from Cincinnati.
That's what. Yeah, it was a game plan.
I think part of the thing is like I said, they had a good defense on Pittman, and then Darby went out. I think in the second half, that was leaving Pierce to just grab all that, all those catches when they're trying to make those drives down the field to tie the game or take the lead.
That's a good point. Yeah, because like I was saying earlier, dude, I was like, oh man, Pittman's gonna get 100 yards halftime. It was all Pierce. So
yeah, they gave up.
But Pierce, but people were interested in Pierce anyways. So if you're looking for a wide receiver, I think there's better dart throws out there. But say you're a Colts fan or whatever, I think that he's interesting, I guess, because the Colts offensive line is not going to be this bad. I mean, at all year, something's going to happen. But they shuffled 3 of 5. The right tackle went to the left tackle went to the right tackle. The right tackle went to the left.
Yeah.
Just like Mark Schlereth was talking about that, how bad that is. Like, it's like, going to Europe and you're driving on the right side of the road. It's like you're thinking too much. You're not reacting. All you're doing is thinking.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. They're going to have to get that figured out. It's the same coaching staff. It's a lot of the same. They lost some players, but Quentin Nelson's still there. So.
Yeah. Robert Kelly, he's questionable. He went out the center. He went out last game too.
That's what it was. But dude, did you see that first play of the game? That running back, I was like, who is that dude? Jackson?
Deion Jackson?
Oh yeah. He's like he looks like a shorter. I don't know if he's an every down back, but he looked explosive. He averaged, almost 5 yards a carry against that Denver defense. And he caught 4 passes. So
he looked better than Phil Lindsay.
Dude, I thought he looked better than. Naheem Hines only got 1 carry, so
Yeah.
there's really no judging that. But as soon as that guy got the ball in his hands, he passed the eye test as far as I was concerned. But I thought that was interesting in the future. Don't worry, Jason's wife needs help
Sorry.
on something. Oh, I don't care, dude.
All right, we're good now. Yeah, Tyler, everything you just said in the past 2 minutes, I agree with.
So, but D Jackson, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, we don't know how long his ankle's going to be sore.
Yeah, well, he's got 10
he's
more
running away
days.
he's running away from all those teenage girls.
Oh my God, and his dad coming up with all those and home improvements that are blowing up all over the place.
Those nosy neighbors.
Yeah, and those.
But anyway,
Nelson.
That was supposed to, they said it was a high ankle sprain, didn't they?
Yeah, that's a high ankle sprain.
Because there's a lot of times that lasts 4 weeks. So,
fun fact: do you know the difference between a high ankle sprain and a low ankle sprain?
Latitude.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's just lower part of the ankle or the higher part of the ankle.
Oh, that was gonna be something not obvious.
I'm serious. Yeah, is that crazy? I feel like you would just literally call that an ankle sprain.
God, Jason.
But no, there's a lower. You have to say the lower or higher, but it's ankle sprain.
Well, what did you think about that D Jackson though, guy?
I think he's. Oh man, I think he might be irrelevant. I think keep an eye on Hines. I guess
it
also depends. If Hines, are you saying no? What?
Hines not playing next game, dude. There's no way in heck.
They got 10 days, man.
I don't, dude. Did you? The whole nation just saw this.
So I guess
could you take him out for 1 game? Like, yeah.
Well, I guess it depends who they're playing against, right? I guess I can't. I don't know who they're playing against.
I know. After all, like last week, and then this dude gets up like that. They better keep him out for a little bit,
right? And I think they just added Philip Lindsay this week, so he didn't get all the reps and everything. Yeah. So I think he's going to steal more carries, if anything. If those 2 running backs are going to miss multiple games, but
say they win against the Chargers next week. I need to see it, but say they win against some team that you can just run against. I think that he'd be a spot start.
Yeah.
In the future, just for 1 week.
1 week.
Because Hines is going to come back and get all the carries. You don't want to mess with that, but I thought he looked awesome.
Yeah. He definitely looked better than Philip, but like I said, Philip was just added this week. Maybe if he got more reps in and stuff.
And then Pierce, I thought Pierce looked all right. I mean, he looks like a normal wide receiver. And then I thought Pittman looked awesome when he got the ball in his hands.
Yeah, they just couldn't get it to his hands.
Because that was the first time I really got to watch him, and I could see him being a super high end wide receiver, but until they get this offensive line figured out, and Matt Ryan's crazy, dude. He is so bad, he can't move the ball at all. But he has a 17-point comeback versus Seattle, and he's got 3 game-winning drives this year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's at the end, I mean, when it matters, he's actually doing okay.
Matty Ice.
But dude, he sucks, man.
I know.
Those teams suck. I mean, I know they're way better at football than anybody I've ever known.
Maybe.
Well, maybe. I worked out next to Stephen Paya and Jacques Rogers once.
There was that one Thanksgiving where I had 12 receptions and 220 yards and 6 touchdowns against our friends and 2 hands on back.
I don't know if it was 6 touchdowns.
I think it was 7. You're probably
I must have not been there.
You're my quarterback.
Because I'm the only person that can guard you.
My quarterback.
Anyways.
All-time tight end.
Yeah. So that was
yeah. I think one person I wanted to throw out there just because he was one of those I'm just going to drop this bomb and see if it's going to happen. It was going to start Mo Ali Cox. I was just you know what? There might be a weakness to this Broncos team. Let's see if it could be the tight end. He had a big week last week, and the one reception, 7 yards. I think he had 1 target.
Well, you know why? It's because they they had to keep all their tight ends in the block.
Yeah, for real.
Like, and like, so like, if they're going against a good defense, they actually have, Bradley Chubb and Gregory went out, but still they had a good pass rush.
Yeah. The guy who replaced Gregory was doing great. I think he had a couple sacks and a lot of pressures on Matt Ryan.
Yeah, so it's just their tight ends are so big. They're just gonna block, dude. They're gonna block. Because I think that Woods guy is actually bigger than
Gregory?
Mo Alley Cox.
Oh.
So they have like the two biggest tight ends in the league.
Oh, yeah.
They should, you know what, dude? They should fire their left tackle and their whatever and just put the tight ends in there.
Yeah, they shared a lot of route running too.
Yeah. Well, so is that it, Jason, for you?
That is it for me. We did the best we could on a game that could not keep viewers.
Dude,
just like
this
our
show,
videos.
All I can guarantee is this show is more entertaining than what we watched last night.
Guarantee.
So. And public service announcement. Go pick up Isaiah Pacheco.
Do it now.
I'm gonna keep on saying it until he's only 16% owned, man. Anyways, if you like this video, you can give us a big thumbs up. I think there's only one size of thumbs, so just give us whatever size you have. I think it depends on the size of your monitor. Sorry, I'm the funniest person I know. And if you don't like this video, hey, you can do that in real life too. There's a thumbs down button. You know what? I don't think it even tells us how many thumbs down buttons we get, but make it happen. And leave us a hurtful comment just to make sure we know it,
We appreciate the comments too. I like seeing them, like when people want to like throw in their opinions and their little facts.
Dude, yeah, good. Tell us what we can do better, what you want to see more. Because this is a ever evolving show and we're going to change based on what people like.
Yep.
So let us know, or what people don't like. That's probably more the case.
If you say if you don't like me, I'm sorry. I'm going to be on. Maybe I'll just hide the webcam and you just hear my voice.
99% of our personality is set in stone, but the way we present stuff, could work.
Yes.
Could change. But anyways, thank you so much. Subscribe, make us feel great. We're at 19. Thank you to the 19th subscriber, whoever that was.
Yeah.
And have a good weekend. We'll see. I'm going to see you Sunday morning with the last minute fantasy factoids. And this was a fantasy football show. We're out of here.
Bye.